Okay, so for the back pieces, I should say, that get attached, you're going to get a paper template like this, and this is going to help you allocate where all the little pieces will be gluing on and where you need to cut slots and so forth. What I would recommend is if you have a piece of trace paper, this is what I did is simply traced it, and then I marked it again on the areas that I needed to have the location transfer on using a number 2 pencil. And then I taped it in place. I made sure it was completely equal from left and right, double checked everything from left to right, make sure it's exactly where it needed to be, taped it in place so it didn't move, and then traced over it so that it would transfer onto my armor. What it's indicating here is that these are going to be the slots that the back straps will feed through. This is indicating the area. That's what that's saying is that means glue. So where you're going to be gluing on the hose bib connector pieces right here, and then the rear strap covers are going to glue on right there. What I recommend is cutting these out first. Okay, and if you want, you could cut those out next. But the reason why I say cut these out first is they're actually indented detail that lines up right at the very end of the cover strips. And then the space between there is about the same distance as here. And it's going to look like, I'll show you, this is my tank trooper. If you can see right here, those indented areas. And then it gets backfilled with these. So these are going to be the inner support pieces that go inside here. And then that will give that step down. Okay. So when you cut that out, you don't cut it out on this one also. Okay. This is going to be solid there. But this larger hole will be open all the way through. That's why I said if you want to cut that out after you glue this in place, that's probably the better option. And then this is going to be cut out for the nylon strap that will glue in the inside here and then protrude out through there, and that makes the loop. That's and then right here, I would recommend cutting that out to be a hole so you can see all the way through the hose bibs. And then the other details is this elongated pill. It's going to sit right on the bottom edge of that angle change, right on center. So about like that. And then that little dimple represents where you put the glue to put this little round piece. Hopefully you can see that. All right, so that's where that's going to glue on center on that little dimple there. So that's pretty much all the parts I think that we have remaining for the back, other than the side connector pieces. But I just wanted to kind of talk you through that before you actually do it, and how to use the template with the trace paper. If you don't have tracing paper, you can cut this out. You can mark on this, cut this out, and trace it that way. But having a piece of trace paper just transfers a little bit easier, but it still works just using the paper itself. So, all right, we'll move on to start doing the cutting and the preparation for the parts to glue into place. Okay, so now that you've traced where everything is going to be attached or cut, I'm going to start, as I mentioned, with those slots using my Dremel little cutoff disc wheel. I'm just trying to get something started so I can get a file in. So I've got some of these files from like Harbor Freight, different flat files. I won't fit in there yet, but just gonna carefully go through and file it up to the edge there, alternating and then going to this one. I don't want the gap too wide, so this will be, I think, a perfect size. But make sure you are constantly checking that you don't make these slots longer than this. They should stop where that's going to stop. Okay, and then the distance in the middle here should be about the same length as those. So I'm just going to, like I said, file away, make these nice and pretty, and continue on the other one, on the other side as well. Do the exact same thing. Okay, so with the wider file, I'm trying to make sure that the gap is parallel. I don't want to wavy and crooked and whatnot. And like I said, you want it to stop on each end of this cover piece. So that looks good there. Make sure the inside looks good. A little bit. A little trick I use is the corner of the file and removes in the excess there. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the same thing on this side as well.